A is very big and box B is very small. If I compare the box A and box B, how should I compare it? I will ask Mr. Adam.
Good morning, new. May I help you?
Hello, Mr. Adam. The box A is very big and the box B is very small. If I compare the box A and the box B, how should I compare it?
Oh, before you compare two things, I will tell you about the comparative adjective. An adjective that compares the traits of two nouns side by side. Using. When we use adjectives, for example old, important, to compare two people or two things. The comparative adjectives have two forms. One an adjective follower. Two more follow adjective. And the both follow then. Next, I will tell you about rules of the comparative adjectives. Rules of comparative adjectives have 4 rules. Rule 1. Add "er" to one-syllable adjectives. For example, repeat after me. Cheap, cheaper. Old, older. Long, longer. Soft, softer. If an adjective ends in one vowel and one consonant, double the consonant. For example, repeat after me. Big, bigger. Fat, fatter. Hot, hotter. Thin, thinner. For example, in sentences, repeat after me. Mary is older than Lisa. An elephant is bigger than a pig. A strawberry cake is thinner than a chocolate cake. When we know the rules, everyone try rearrange the words in the correct order. First. And the answer is my brother is taller than me. Second. And the answer is a giraffe's neck is thinner than an elephant's neck. Third. And the answer is Thailand is a hotter country than Korea. Rule 2. If an adjective ends in y, change the y to I and add er. For example, repeat after me. Funny, funnier. Pretty, prettier. Easy, easier. For example, in sentences, repeat after me. Cat is friendlier than a dog. Juliet is noisier than Antonia. The bride looked happier than the groom. We know the rules too. Everyone try rearrange the words in the correct order. First. And the answer is Jake's hair is curlier than mine. Second. And the answer is iron is heavier than wood. Third. And the answer is playing with friends are funnier than playing alone. Rule 3. Use more in front of adjectives that have 2 or more syllables. For example, repeat after me. Famous. More famous. Important. More important. Interesting. More interesting. If an adjective 2 or more syllables ends in y, change the y to I, add er, and use more in front of adjectives. For example, repeat after me. Unhappy. More unhappier. Slippery. More slipperier. Unfriendly. More unfriendlier. For example, in sentences, repeat after me. Mattress is more comfortable than a floor. A dog is more intelligent than a chicken. An old man is more unhealthier than a young man. When we know the rules to everyone, try rearrange the words in the correct order. First. And the answer is love is more important than money. Second. And the answer is my physics course is more difficult than my math course. Third. And the answer is the wet floor is more slipperier than the dry floor. Rule 4. The comparative forms are irregular. For example, repeat after me. Good. Better. Bad. Worse. Far. Farther or further. For example, in sentences, repeat after me. The book was better than movie. The weather yesterday was worse than. The red coffee mug was placed farther away than the blue one. When we know the rules for everyone, try rearrange the words in the correct order. First. And the answer is I sleep less than my father. Second. And the answer is gentility without ability is worse than plain beggary. Third. And the answer is he is still in hospital, but he is better than he was last week. So, if you compare the box A and the box B, You must to compare that.
The box A is bigger than the box B. Or the box B is smaller than the box A.
That's right, sir. Before, I will go. Now new. Repeat the comparatives adjectives. Give I listen, sir.
Yes.
The comparative adjectives we use compare two people or two thing. The form of the comparative adjectives has two forms. 1. Add or follow adjectives. 2. Use more in front of an adjective. And they both follow than. It has 4 rules. Rule 1. Adjective with 1 syllable. Big, bigger. Old, older. Rule 1. Adjectives that end in Y. Funny, funnier. Pretty, prettier. Rule 3. Adjectives with 2 or more syllable. Famous, more famous. Friendly, more friendlier. Rule 4. Irregular comparatives forms. Good, better. Bad, worse.
After we know about the comparative adjective, everyone can download exercise this link. Don't forget to press opinion and subscribe me.